There's no doubting what you've achieved on a technical level. These are clearly state-of-the-art. There are just certain design choices that were made for these robots that we don't fully understand. We were hoping that you could shed some light on those.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She can take song requests. She can even dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
Daddy, why won't you let me play with her?
It's the mystery we've all been trying to solve since first booting up Sister Location, the 6th installment or 5th installment of the Five Nights at Freddy series. If any of you guys saw the last video, I did a video on the missing children's incident of sometime back in the 80s, who they were all taken by this man, William Afton, or later known as Springtrap. But in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at one of the few characters in Sister Location, Circus Baby. When you first start off the game, you start by hearing William Afton and someone talking, who you might think is Henry, and then you hear Elizabeth, who we all know as Circus Baby. Now, if you don't know who Elizabeth is, again, it's William Afton's daughter, who here's a picture of what happened to her and how she possesses Circus Baby. It's freaky, isn't it? Yeah, I know, just looking at Baby, using the scooper or whatever it's called to take Elizabeth in. It's pretty dark, actually. But the story first takes place in Circus Baby's Pizza World, which there were rumors of this taking place before even Fredbear's Family Diner, which I don't necessarily believe, but those are just theories. And what we do on this is basically just combine those theories and see which one of them makes sense. But anyway, so it all starts off in this place. But you might think Baby was the only animatronic. Well, you're wrong, because there was a whole bunch of other ones like Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, just a whole bunch of them. But the thing is, we don't know any of the histories of the other ones, but we only know the history of Circus Baby. Now let's get into about William Afton. Now, we all know he's a psychopath, but what we didn't know was he created something called the scoopers, where you put them inside the animatronics, and any kid that goes near the animatronics gets scooped inside the animatronic and gets stuck in there, which in the game they also show you some blueprints, and in one of them they show that someone is inside Funtime Foxy, which means that there's someone possessing the other animatronics aside from Circus Baby. However, William's plan failed when his daughter Elizabeth got scooped inside the Circus Baby. Circus Baby basically lured her in with the ice cream dispense that in the beginning, if you heard, that's what William said when he was, I guess, getting interviewed. However, there's also, before each night, or some of the nights, they would even show you a little bit of Elizabeth's voice and how she would always beg her dad to go near the animatronics.
Daddy, you let the other children go see her. Why won't you let me go?
So, as you can see, William didn't want her daughter to go, but she didn't listen, and yeah. So, throughout the entire game of Sister Location, you hear Baby's voice, and she tries to give you tips and stuff, like how you shouldn't listen to the operator or the guy that talks to you and calls you Eggs Benedict or Angsty Teen and something bongos or whatever. But then it turns out in the end, it was all just a trick to lure you in and, I guess, kill you, except the thing about this was the person who was doing all the stuff in the game, or the person you were playing as, was actually Michael, who, if you remember, he was the one who killed Crying Child and always bullied him. And some theories have said that William Afton liked Crying Child, or whatever his name was, more than Michael, which led him to jealousy and then eventually killing him and making the bite of 83, which closed down the diner. But I think the reason he came here was also to put Elizabeth back together and all the other people. And I think it was also to find his father, William, who there was an ending sequence or something like that where it showed Michael saying to William that he wanted to come back and find him, and that he said he would find him. But however, sadly, I do not have the footage for that, but I think some of you FNaF fans know what I'm referring to. Anyway, back to Circus Baby, though. There is not much information about her. All we know is that the Circus Baby animatronics sort of used a scooper and basically, I guess, scooped her in, I guess. I don't know, it sounds weird saying that, but that is kind of what happened. And yeah, there's really nothing about that, but we could also get back to Michael, since Michael plays a big role in Sister Location, which is basically the game that Circus Baby is. But what some people do forget is the fact that Circus Baby was in Pizza Simulator, and she played as Scrap Baby. And at the end, or towards the end, she did have a big role where when she was saying stuff about how they brought all of them together, which I think she was referring to the animatronics and the souls and stuff like that. And that's also when we hear and Henry, which Henry's speech at the end and all of that stuff is another thing I want to get to soon, but not in this video. Like I said, this is going to be a series because we have a lot of characters to get down, so. Now, here's what Michael looked like at the end of Sister Location, where we find out that he was lured into a certain room that he was not supposed to be in, and soon became Purple Guy, or the supposed Purple Guy. There have also been theories that Michael Afton was actually the person who killed Crying Child, which I do believe, actually. But anyway, at the end, it turns out that some of Ennard went into, like, Michael. It's very confusing, actually. There's no really good way to explain it. All we can really say is that at the end, Michael sort of just became Purple Guy, and that's really it. But this is also where it gets confusing, because who is the true Purple Guy? Is it William Afton, or is it Michael? It's something we don't exactly know yet. We just don't know. See, it might be Michael, because it also shows at the end where Michael is speaking, it shows Springtrap. So what if Michael is also Springtrap?